talk to everybody about the problem with solutions. Okay, the problem with solutions. A lot of people claim that they want to solve problems. Okay, a lot of people claim that they want to solve problems, and a lot of people, even myself, when I was younger, I had the thought process that as long as somebody learned the right information, that they can solve the problem. Long as they're smart enough, or long as somebody apply the right skill set, or long as somebody apply the right pressure, they can solve the problems. I used to think that, and a lot of people still think that. But as I've gotten older and as I really experienced some things and as I continue pushing, I've learned that that isn't the case. Okay? And as I've learned that that isn't the case, I feel the need to tell other people about the situation. Okay? I'm gonna start off with a bit of background. Okay? I'm gonna start off a little bit about myself. As far as my IQ, I'm in the top 10% range. Top 8% really is the hard figure. But so what that means is if there is 100 people in the room, my brain power exceeds 92 of them. Okay? So what that leaves is, that's not me tooting my own horn, I'm just contextually telling you what sort of brain power I'm using. Okay? Now on top of that, I have a relentless focus and mentality on trying to work out specific things. You know, before I come to you with the content that I come to you, a lot of these things, I'm working on some of these problems for months, some of them for weeks, just trying to kink out some of the individual inconsistencies, trying to figure out what are the reasons behind stuff, how can it be solved, all of that, before I even come to you and do these 10-minute videos or 9-minute videos or 6-minute videos. So now check this out. That leaves a whole lot of people that's actually a whole lot smarter than me. It get deeper, right? It get deeper. There's a whole lot of people that's a lot smarter than me, and they're not able to solve problems. Okay? And here's the reason why. Because I find that there are actually problems with solutions. Okay? There's problems with solutions. This is something that I learned. This ain't in no particular order. I'm just gonna list a bunch of things and then wrap it up. Okay? So check this out. I find that sometimes problems give people a sense of importance, and if you solve the problem, you take away their sense of importance. I'm gonna give you an example, right? So one of the restaurants I go to on a regular basis, they know I can't eat cheese. I'm lactose intolerant. So I tell the people in the restaurant, okay, I tell them, hey, you have to specifically get the guac. When you get the guac, you gotta make sure there ain't no cheese. Okay? And so check this out. Based on that, more people got to know me. More people start treating me special. All right? Now, I didn't ask for this treatment. Okay? They even started, check this out. And I'm thankful that they do this, right? They even started setting aside a whole case of guac for me to get out a fresh case of guac when I come in. So I don't even use the same guac everybody else uses. Now, I didn't ask for this special treatment. That's what they gave me. Now, check this out. What a lot of people don't recognize is, subconsciously, the problems that they have, especially with this victim mentality society that we living in, the problems that they have give them validation. And if you take away the problems, right, then you take away their validation. So check this out. The solution is actually a problem, right? Because the real problem is not the problem that they say is a problem. Okay? I find that a lot of times. A lot of people, check this out. A lot of people, when you start to try to solve the problem, check this out. They start to resent you for solving the problem. Now, a lot of people will argue, well, what's your tone? Or maybe you should say it nicer. Maybe you should present the information differently. Maybe you should this, that, and the other. Okay? I have enough experience to know that I've tried different ways, solutions, all of that with different people. And I know the solutions work. And I've seen the solutions work. And they seen it work. And yet they reject it. Why? Because check this out. A lot of people would rather fumble over the problem because it gives them a sense of self-importance. A lot of people don't have the humility to solve problems. Some problems, check this out, some problems are solved by simple, redundant, repetitive, applied solutions. It's a lot of problems that can be solved by just applying the same solution and the same pressure over and over and over again. Good old-fashioned discipline. It solves a whole lot of problems. But the thing is, when your problems are solved so easily, it makes the person feel like they don't have the importance. So part of the reason solutions cause people to feel unimportant. So check this out. A lot of people that claim they have some problems, they're using that as a way for them to puff themselves up. And if you take that away from them, you're taking away their outlet. Okay? So check this out. It get deeper. It get deeper, right? Sometimes, check this out. When you look at their habits, you can tell them, check this out. Say you got somebody that eat a bunch of cheese puffs, okay? And they eat a bunch of cheese puffs and then they get a bunch of acne. Okay, that's relatable to a lot of people. I've had acne in high school, so on and so forth. Say they eating a bunch of cheese puffs. Then you get somebody come in and say, hey, if you stop eating the cheese puffs, you ain't gonna have so much acne. And say if you do it with them for a week, improve it, right? So then they know, okay, if I stop eating this, I won't have this problem. But guess what? A lot of times they ain't gonna do it. Why? Check this out, I'm gonna tell you why. Because when they eating the cheese puffs, they're filling a void somewhere, or they have a complacency problem. And so check this out. Their complacency problem or their desire for food problem is a greater problem than the problem that they presented you with. So check this out. You study people long enough, you give them the solution, you look at their habits, you find out how they got to that problem in the first place. You find out how they got to that problem in the first place. So then when you come with a solution, they don't want to do the solution. They reject the solution. And then you find out how they got to that problem before you even showed up. And then you start to realize and recognize, hey, wait a minute, I tried to show up white knight, solve all these problems for them, and here to realize the problems that they had was the problems that they actually wanted to keep the whole time. They just wanted some attention. Okay? So now check this out. Here's what I want to say with all of this. Okay? Here's what I want to say with all this. When you're solving problems, okay, sometimes when you do that, it will cause you to be hated. Sometimes when you solve problems, okay, because a lot of people have a mindset where, especially really intelligent people, they're not looking to solve problems, they're looking to make it look like they're solving problems. Some people get degrees and do all these things, right? So they can make it look like they're doing something. Some people will call a psychiatrist to solve a problem that a coach can solve. Why? Because they want to make it look like they're doing something rather than actually doing something to put pressure on where the actual problem area is. Okay, so check this out, okay? Because it get deeper, okay? It get deeper. Now these aren't absolutes. Sometimes the psychiatrist had a problem and the coach, sometimes the psychiatrist had a solution, but the coach don't. It just depends on the individual situation. But check this out. Sometimes, check this out, you can solve a problem and it create another problem. You solve the bullying problem, you take all the bullies out of school, you take all the hustler and tussle out of school. Now you got weak kids that can't take nothing. And now they the next voters, they the next leaders, and they have no ability at all to take an insult, a joke, or any sort of disagreement. So you solve one problem, create another one somewhere else. Sometimes when you solve problems, you gotta really look and see, do I really need to solve that problem? Or if I solve that problem, will it create another problem somewhere else? So when I put all this together, this is what I'm gonna say, okay? These are the problems with solutions. But check this out. If you're on the path, okay, of solving problems, it will be trouble. There are some people that's gonna resent you. But if you do it and you focus on that, there are always ways to break problems down once you analyze them to their root. But once you do that, just know that a lot of people are gonna be isolated from you. Just know that you may get on some people's bad list. Just know that a lot of people may turn on you when you become a problem solver. But that's the cost for doing things that you know you're supposed to do and helping change the world and making it a better place. That's my message on the day. You take care.